Welcome in and welcome back. I thought I would just weigh in with some quick thoughts on the Morbius trailer. The first thought I think is worth presenting here is that it is stunning to see a thematically and tonally consistent trailer coming from Sony, and the answer to why that is might come a little bit later in the trailer, as this is the rare double stinger trailer. The first stinger, of course, being the unveiling of the Morbius look on Jared Leto. But the second stinger, of course, being the appearance of Michael Keaton, who played Vulture in one of the Marvel Cinematic Universe Spider-Man movies, which would break the agreement, as I understand it, of the contractually licensed characters going back to Marvel to be appearing in these films unless some further deal had been worked out. And it appears that some further deal has been worked out, and this appears to be a further setting up of a Sinister Six movie, perhaps, as Michael Keaton's Vulture character says, "So what's up, Doc? You got tired of playing the good guy role?" So it appears that he is perhaps... So, in that brief scene with Michael Keaton, there are flashing red and blue lights, and Michael Keaton appears to be in prison garb. So it appears perhaps this is a prison break, perhaps this is shortly after breaking Michael Keaton out of prison. The character presented by Michael Keaton seems a little inconsistent with the individual that we saw throughout Homecoming, but I'm willing to forego those types of character consistencies to serve a larger narrative, so long as that larger narrative has a payoff. I still do not trust Sony, and one of the reasons that I do not trust Sony is that they used Für Elise in this trailer, which suggests that the underlying narrative of the movie would be of a relationship or a romance, so long as you know what you're listening to. And I don't see that being the case. Perhaps it is, and perhaps there is a reason that they used it besides the ever-growing trend of using pianos as creepy music in Hollywood. But I am willing to go with it. I was pleasantly surprised by this trailer. I was pleasantly surprised again, by the seeming thematic and tone consistencies that it presented, by the dark nature of the trailer, and the fact that this really does look like a movie that will not be rated PG-13, despite the confirmations that it will be a PG-13 movie. So, I'm definitely interested in seeing where this goes. I am not a Jared Leto fan, but it does look like he is taking this role seriously. Thankfully, we do not appear to be getting a return of his Joker character, especially not in this movie. But there are allusions towards things that we've seen in Batman movies, with all of the bats and rushing our protagonist. So I am interested to see what they do with that, if there will be some cheeky nod to the fact that Jared Leto has played the Joker, or if we will be mythologizing this Morbius character as something cinematically thematically consistent with someone like the Batman character, who is dark and brooding and oftentimes an anti-hero, which I think is almost undoubtedly the anti-hero angle where this is going. I don't see this being a movie about a quote-unquote bad guy, much in the way that the Venom movie was not a movie about the quote-unquote bad guy. I am not sure. I think that was all I really wanted to comment on. There's a brief flash of Spider-Man in the trailer, but it was not the Spider-Man that we know from the MCU, so I confused about what they're doing there. But this is before this trailer. This is how I should say this. Before this trailer, I was not at all looking forward to the Morbius movie. I am a decent fan of the character. I am not a fan of the actor. I was not a fan of the Sony stuff going on. So before this trailer, I was not excited for the Morbius movie. I was not probably going to see the Morbius movie. This has moved that expectation up a tick, and this is probably a movie that I will end up seeing. But I am interested in knowing what you think, and if this is something, if your opinion on this movie changed from the trailer.